Leo, you're realizing that this connection will only work if you keep lowering your standards. And Leo, we both know that ain't really you. So let's see exactly what happens when you lower your standards, as well as what happens when you don't. So it's gonna be for our Leos, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as Venus. Go ahead and like, follow, and share with another Leo. Of course, guys, let's talk more about what I'm showing. So the reason why you've been lowering your standards, or what happens when you do lower your standards, you're going to get the 10 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Tower card, and the Devil's card. So what this shows me here is right now, the reason why you're even contemplating it is because they feel like they're giving you all that you were looking for, okay? You feel as though there's so much potential here in so many amazing ways. They may not check off all your boxes, Leo, but you're like, they're bringing a lot to me and they make me really happy. They bring a lot of joy into my life. But in essence, they also have this Ace of Pentacles. So it's almost like this is a new opportunity for both of you. And it feels as though like this is a great stepping stone, that we're building a solid foundation together. And that's why you're considering lowering your standards. But really what you don't see coming, although this feels so beautiful to start, because every relationship has that puppy love stage, you start to realize in this connection that this Tower card and the Devil is coming out, because there's going to be a huge disruption if you continue to lower your standards. This person is going to show you that this was all a fucking illusion. I'm sorry to say that, but this was an illusion. All of this, what you thought this could be, what the potential of it could be, it was all an illusion for them to wrap you around their finger and see where they can go from there. It was all just built on, you thought it was built on a stable foundation, but really they were lying to your face. They weren't able to meet your standards, and they knew they weren't, and they were never willing to grow into what they need to be what you needed. Instead, they were just focusing on them, focusing on what they wanted, getting some of that good stuff from you, Leo, but not really ready to invest their time, invest their energy, even though they were putting on a facade that they were. And so with this connection, if you decide to continue to lower your standards, you're going to see that it's going to really bring you to a point where you're going to feel so fed up, where you're going to feel as though like everything has to go, and especially them. Okay, we're putting everything out and we're done here. And so there's going to come an end to this connection because it was never really built on something solid. And with that, you're going to realize that this Devil's card, that this was all like a cycle that keeps repeating itself for you, Leo, where you're basing someone off the first 5 minutes versus like their actions and what they do. You try to like shy away from the red flags, and you start to lower yourself, hoping that you'll be good enough for this person, when in actuality they were never ever good enough for you. I'm gonna be real frank with that. Like, they were never good enough for you, Leo. And so that's a pattern that keeps coming up here over and over again, where you're hopeful and you base everything off of their potential, based off of everything that you've seen when you first met them, and not seeing them for who they are after they betray you, or they lie to you, or they hurt you. You're not looking at that fully because you're always basing it off of, but we had an amazing start. It was beautiful, but that's not what it is. It turns out to be something totally different. And so that is what this will lead to if you decide to lower your values, lower your standards. It's going to get you to some bullshit, to be honest, Leo. You got to stay with who you are. But let's see exactly what happens when you don't lower your standards. So this is already resonating for you, Leo. Go ahead and like, follow, and share with another Leo. But let's talk a little bit more of what happens when you decide to, not lower who you are. So what I have here for you is the 8 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, and the 2 of Pentacles. So when you decide to say, you know what, sorry, babe, you're not meeting my standards, you're going to realize that you are looking at life in a totally different perspective. You're no longer a victim of saying like, oh, this person told me one thing and like they hurt me and now I'm never going to find love. Instead, you're like, I see through the facade now. I don't need any of that. If you can't meet my standards, I know my standards are there for a reason. They're there to protect me. And so either you're going to meet my standards or not. You're no longer feeling boxed in or stuck in somewhere because you're hoping that this person will love you. You're hoping that this person will see you. You're no longer hoping for approval from someone to receive your love. And instead, now you're standing firm and saying, no, I get to decide that. I'm going to relinquish this feeling as though I'm putting someone else on a pedestal, and I'm calling back my power and deciding that, you know what, you're not right for me. I don't even like you. I don't know what I'm even thinking. It comes down to that, where you're no longer stuck and you're like, you know what, I've just been blinded. I've been seeing through rose-colored glasses, and now moving forward, no, I'm not doing that. I'm breaking myself free because I have the power to do so. But not only that, you're going to see this 4 Wands comes out because you're going to see that you're going to be ready for the next level of love. You're going to be ready for love to come to you that's really right for you, that's really in alignment for you, that's really worth your time and energy to pour into, because you're not bullshitting yourself, lowering yourself for somebody else when they have no idea or even even want to do the same thing to reciprocate that back to you. And so with this, you're going to see yourself for who you are, and you're going to decide that I'm ready for the next level. I'm ready to receive the real type of love, and that's literally what's going to be coming for you. It's literally right around the corner for you. But not only that, you have the Two of Pentacles because you get to decide of what's next for me. You get to decide, am I focused on love? Am I focused on self-love? Am I ready for like a stable next beginning? Or maybe I want to go this way. It's like now you have a choice within your life of what's next and best for you, instead of figuring out how can I meet what they need versus what do I need? What's best for me? And so that's what it all comes down to. It comes back to yourself, because you get to decide what's next for yourself, and you don't have to let somebody else decide that for you. And so that's what you start to learn when you say, no, I'm keeping my standards. I'm not basing off I'm not basing what's happening next for me based on what someone else wants. I'm not doing that shit no more. And so that's really what I show here. Now I do want to leave you off with an angel number and a yes, no question. So think of your yes, no question. I'm gonna get your angel number. So for your angel number, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and that says persistence. It says keep going. You have completed a task that is in alignment with your soul's journey. The divine is letting you know that it sees you and that all of your persistence is paying off. You are being acknowledged. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. But let's go ahead and leave this off as well with a yes, no question. So hi, Spirit. Thank you so much for being here with us. As you know, though, Leo got a question. What is the answer to Leo's question? Y'all, that's a no. That's a no. Thank you so much, Spirit. Appreciate that. And can you double confirm that for our Leos just one more time? And y'all, that's still a no. That's still a no. So that's what I have for you. Hope this resonates to give you a bit of clarity. If it does, make sure you like, follow, and share this with another Leo. And of course, guys, check me out on Facebook and IG. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.